Hi folks, I'm here at Inman's Ranch House Barbecue in Marble Falls, Texas. Billy Inman has been kind enough to let me use his restaurant for our video. They're a very dear family, and this is a very special location for me because this is the very spot I developed my love for barbecue. I will forever be grateful for the great food and great memories. Inman's has been serving incredible barbecue in the same location for over 50 years and have been recognized by Texas Monthly as the Texas Treasure for their long history here in this great state. Hi, my name is Raymond Hall. It is a pleasure to introduce to you the Pitforq, the world's first 100% stainless steel cooking utensil designed specifically for all pit masters, barbecue enthusiasts, and the art of slow smoking large cuts of meat. Today I'd like to show you the many uses and features of the Pitforq. It is made of solid T304 food grade stainless steel. The product is die cast molded and all transitions and edges are smooth, precise, and consistent to meet FDA requirements. The product meets or exceeds all FDA requirements to be labeled and used as a commercial food grade utensil. What this provides the consumer is a guarantee the utensil will not contaminate their food with toxic chemicals no matter what temperature it reaches. The Pitforq has an appealing number 8 mirror polished stainless steel finish. This beautiful finish is perfect for awarding top finishers a usable trophy for cook-off competitions. Each Pitforq can be custom laser etched with your event city and state, event date, event category, event place, or any other custom message. It is the perfect trophy to honor pitmasters and their accomplishments. It also gives recipients the perfect tool for bragging rights. The Pitforq allows you to lift the heaviest pieces of meat. This utensil has the ability to lift well over 100 pounds. No other product on the market comes close to the lifting ability of the Pitforq. We have set a 50-pound weight limit on the Pitforq for safety concerns. We stress that each individual should not attempt to lift a piece of meat heavier than they are capable of. Consult a doctor before doing any heavy lifting or strenuous activity. The length is long enough for 2 hands but short enough for 1 hand. The length of this tool allows the user to decide the safest method for their ability. The length of the handle allows the user to grip the handle firmly without the worry of heat transfer to their bare hands. It also allows the user to keep a safer distance from the hot zones of the barbecue pit, reducing the risk of burn-related injuries. The length allows the user to keep a safer distance from the smoke and greatly reduces exposure to harmful carcinogens. The length of the forks allows for deep penetration. Deep penetration is essential for balance when transferring a piece of meat to any location. Raw meat and cooked meat can tear if the forks do not penetrate deeply enough. This is especially true when it comes to cooked meat. If the meat is cooked properly, it will be too tender to hold if the forks are not long enough. Wherever you're moving the meat to, this utensil provides superior hold. 2 outside forks are 1/4 inch in diameter and 4.5 inches in length. The overall width of the 3 forks is 3 3/4 inches, offering superior balance. The spacing, the inside dimensions, between the forks is 1.5 inches. Balance is critical when it comes to moving a large piece of meat. Most large cuts of meat are uneven. Trying to move a large, uneven piece of meat with a utensil that does not give you superior balance sets the stage for disaster. Cooks everywhere have dumped a large piece of meat on the ground after they have spent 12 hours plus slow smoking it. The fork spacing also allows the user to lift and maneuver link or ring sausages without piercing the casings. You can simply lift the sausage using only the fork or all 3. The 3 points have a 1/2 inch taper. They are precision machine sharp, making it easy to pierce any meat. You'll notice the middle fork is 3/4 inch shorter than the other 2 outside forks. This feature reduces the amount of force needed to insert the forks into a piece of meat. Reducing the friction by 1/3 at the point of entry allows for easier insertion. This is especially true when it comes to raw meat. The 8-inch radius curve of the forks are designed to create a better hold on the meat. Straight forks are undesirable. If you allow the straight fork utensil to fall below a horizontal plane, the meat slides off and ends up on the ground. Most people do not have enough wrist or forearm strength to handle a large cut of meat with 1 hand. Their hand, wrist, and forearm get tired, allowing the utensil to dip down. The curved forks of the Pitforq allow the utensil to fall below horizontal plane while still holding the meat secure. There are several reasons the handle is so unique. The handle is entirely made of T304 stainless steel. This guarantees the utensil will not contaminate food with toxic chemicals due to plastic or silicone handles. The handle is 1/4 inch thick by 3/4 inch wide, which is perfect for fitting inside the middle phalanges of your index, middle, ring, and little fingers. The distal phalange of the thumb is then placed on top of the handle, creating a tight and firm grip. This grip, along with the flat handle, does not allow the handle to rotate in your hand, which helps prevent wrist injury. This grip also prevents loss of meat due to wrist roll. The handle is made of solid stainless steel. There is no wood, plastic, or other material used that can rot, break, crack, melt, or collect bacteria. The handle is completely sanitary. We created the transition from the handle to the forks with a 22.5-degree angle. This ergonomic feature greatly reduces stress on the wrist while positioning the wrist in a much more natural and comfortable position. This design feature significantly reduces the risk of injury and loss of meat when handling the largest cuts. The 22.5-degree angle and 8-inch radius forks allow the handle to fall well below horizontal plane while still holding the meat securely. The handle is the same size from the hook all the way to the forks, letting the user decide where they want to grip the handle based on their strength, ability, and need. The hook end of the handle can be tucked underneath the user's forearm to add balance and stability. This also allows the user to securely rest the utensil in their hand without requiring a firm grip and still maintain control of the meat. This feature alone greatly reduces hand, wrist, and forearm fatigue. Other products have the handle at the end of the utensil and requires great forearm, wrist, and hand strength to hold the meat steady. Having a handle at the end forces the user to keep constant tight grip and causes hand, wrist, and forearm fatigue, increasing the risk of injuries and mishaps. When the user has greasy hands, they have to hold the utensil even tighter. Using these types of utensil repeatedly can cause and accelerate arthritis, carpal tunnel syndrome, nerve damage, and other injuries. Additional features that I wanted to show y'all on a traditional barbecue pit that makes the Pitforq very unique is we'll start with the lid itself here. A lot of these lids, because they're so heavy, they're made out of solid steel. They have a counterbalance system with the weights on the backside, and when you get the lid up to its breaking point, if you let go of the lid, it's going to slam open. So what happens is it yanks you into the heat source, the smoke source, and that sort of thing. We widen the bend of the handle so it could fit most pits, where you get to the breaking point and you can simply open the door with a hook, and that way you're not exposing yourself to burns and smoke inhalation by having that pit door jerk you into it. The other thing too is you can take that same handle and pull it to you so you don't have to lean over the source again, thus reducing the amount of smoke that these pit masters will inhale over the course of their barbecue cooking career. So that's a very important feature. The other feature that I wanted to point out is all of these latches and handles and everything are very hot when you got a big fire going, and you're always subject to burns and that sort of thing. And so we designed the hook to where you can grab these handles and have access to these locations without run the risk of burns or injuries. And there again, you can use the same hook to latch. We'll move over here to the firebox. Another useful feature of the Pitforq is stoking fires, moving wood around inside your firebox. Oftentimes, the wood, as it burns, pieces will break apart and fall to the perimeters of the firebox. And this tool is great at taking those logs and moving them back to the center of the fire to continue the burn. It's great for stoking the fire and moving hot coals around. When you're doing this right here, because this fire is so intense, I definitely recommend that you use some type of heat-resistant gloves. Because like I say, after a while your hand will get hot. The heat will not transfer up the handle of the fork, but your hand being so close to the fire, after a few seconds your hand will start to get hot. So doing this, I do recommend that you use some type of heat-resistant gloves. The Pitforq can be dangerous if not used properly and with caution. Please be sure to read and fully understand the care, use, and safety instructions before using the Pitforq. Go to our website at www.pitforq.com, click the menu tab, Inside the menu tab, click on the care, use, and safety instructions. We would like to hear from you. Please send your questions or comments to comments@pitforq.com. There is no other product on the market like the Pitforq. No other utensil has the strength, length, durability, or holding ability. No other utensil can do what the Pitforq does. Order your Pitforq today at www.pitforq.com. The Pitforq can be dangerous if not used properly and with caution. Please be sure to read and fully understand the care, use, and safety instruction. I thank you for watching, and I hope to see you somewhere in this wonderful world of barbecue.